That's out of here! Catch and fire. It's on the... He made it! Oh my...
Welcome into King Stadium. It's another night of Crossroads League soccer between the Huntington Foresters and the Taylor Trojans. It's a storied matchup here today. You can see some of the cinematic shots before today's match. I'm Preston Husband alongside Zachary Sparks. And Zach, we're in store for another big matchup here tonight.
We absolutely are. We have a great contest between two Crossroads teams battling for mid-table results today.
And you talk about those mid-table results. Right now, things aren't going as expected for probably both these sides right now. So what does either one of these teams need to do tonight to get back on track?
Well, first of all, the first thing we have to worry about is the rain tonight. And the rain can change any soccer game no matter the skill level because the ball will act a lot different. Keepers have a harder time catching it. And every time they touch the ball, it's harder to expect.
Talk about those mid-table results. Take a look at the Crossroads League standings right now. Grace and Bethel sitting up on top. Spring Arbor right behind them. Indiana Wesleyan, Marion, and then you have the two teams tonight, Huntington and Taylor. And really, whoever can come away with 3 points tonight, obviously both teams are not looking for a draw, but for a win, they'll hop that next team that they're tied with right now. They're followed by St. Francis, Goshen, and Mount Vernon. And it's kind of been a roller coaster ride for these two sides. And Coach Russ Lawson's looking for a lot of changes here tonight to get back on track.
Yeah, absolutely. Normally we ran a 3-4-3 or a 4-3-3, and today we are running a 4-3-2-1, a 4-2-3-1, sorry. So looking for different people to start. We have a couple different people that haven't seen the starting role before, and they are going in tonight to try to fix things up for the Foresters this season.
And that's kind of what Coach Russ Lawson is leaning on tonight. Some new players and different players stepping into bigger roles and looking for hopefully bigger results. It's been, as mentioned, a little up and down, and you can see that with Huntington's overall record at 4-5-4. A lot of great early results early in the season, and right now they're kind of tripped up, but it's not too late to get towards that top 4 spot and at least give yourself a good spot heading into the Crossroads League tournament later this year.
Absolutely. Once you get to the tournament, I mean, anything goes. Teams can beat anybody. Just last week, we played Bethel, who were the national champions last year, and it was tied for a good part of the game, and then the Bethel scored one late in the game, and that's what ended up winning a 2-1. But, I mean, it was back and forth the whole game between both sides.
And that really tells you about the strength of the Crossroads League, not only here in men's soccer, but nearly every single sport at this level. This is one of the premier conferences in athletics, and year in and year out, they produce results. You talk about the last team the Foresters saw here at King Stadium, Bethel, which they just came off the national championship last year. So it's results each year from this conference and these programs, and we're looking to see who's going to come away with a big result tonight. Zach, it's your first time on the headset. How you feeling about tonight's match? And maybe tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm feeling pretty good. It should be a very good game.
Okay, yeah, we're going to switch gears actually really quick. Sorry about that, Zach. We are excited to have you, but we did have one of our FDN crew members catch up with Dan Pelin. Sadie Sodag had a chance to chat with Dan before today's match. Let's take a look at that.
Hello, I'm Sadie Sondag with FDN Sports, and I'm here with Daniel Pelin to talk about tonight's big game. So, Taylor and HU are pretty close in standings right now. How close do you think the match will be tonight?
I have a feeling it's going to be a very good game. It's going to be a hard-fought battle between both teams, but I feel like we'll have the upper hand and we're ready to take the battle towards them.
Okay, perfect. How has the team been preparing for tonight's game?
We've been preparing very well. We've had 2 very good practice sessions after the Spring Arbor game. The guys are looking very, very prepared, ready to score loads of goals and keep a clean sheet for once.
Okay. I heard you were recently injured, but how are you feeling? Are you able to play tonight, or?
Sadly, I'm on the bench today, but I've been getting myself better and better every day, and hopefully I'll be back out there as soon as possible starting again.
Okay. Okay. I've heard there's also been a rough stretch of games recently. How has the team maintained morale and motivation to succeed?
We've been having a lot of one-on-one sessions with the players, just talking and getting ready, just going through the motions. I feel like we are better prepared than what we were for Spring Arbor, and hopefully that shows for the fans tonight.
Perfect. Thank you so much. That is all I have for you. I'm Sadie Sondag with FDN Sports.
We're back at King Stadium, and we'll take you through the starting lineup for the Foresters here real quick. First of all, thank you to Sadie for catching up to Dan Pelin. For the Foresters, starting in goal tonight, Luis Costa. As you can see, the back line of Coven Drinth, John Pukliang, Cooper Foshi, and Nathan Lemon. The middle with Dilesh Patel, Jonathan Ruiz, Bernardo Coelho, Tiago Costa, Owen Leland, and up top, the prolific goal scorer, Igor Barbieri, the coach, Russ Lawson. You see the subs below him. A little bit of a different lineup tonight for the Foresters taking on the Taylor Trojans, and that's something we talked about before the match. Coach Russ Lawson going away from maybe a little bit of his DNA to find a result here tonight against the Trojans.
Right. Early in the season, we were running a 4-3-3 and then a 3-4-3. And results just didn't really stand as how we wanted, so we're trying to fix things up. Looking at the lineup today, we have Jonathan Ruiz making his first start in the varsity, and he's a true freshman from Tippecanoe Valley High School, not too far from here. So it should be a big day for him. A lot of good things going his way. Scored a goal last game, and then we have a lot of good players to back him up with that, to help him kind of ease into the role.
And we will see what that role looks like here in just a few moments. We're going to take it to a short break for the national anthem. We'll be back for kickoff on FDN Sports. Back in King Stadium, and we are just about ready for first kick between the Taylor Trojans and the Huntington University Foresters. These two sides have been rivals for an extremely long time, and that rivalry is renewed tonight. The Foresters in their home green kits, several of the players with the long sleeves on, and Luis Costa getting a start in goal. And for the away visitors, it's that notorious purple Taylor Trojan color that we see with all of their athletic teams, and we'll see what the visitors have in store tonight. And it's still a fairly new site for games to be played under the lights here at King Stadium, and that's really added a lot of character and a lot of excitement to the school and program this year. Yeah,
it helps a lot watching these teams come out because a lot more fans are free at nighttime instead of it being during class and stuff. So you get a lot bigger turnout, students come out and support, and just the overall feel like playing under the lights is something that can't really be put into words until you experience it. And then, I mean, the pictures just look great after it.
It's been a really great start to the night games here at HU. We've seen some really exciting matches. The Foresters will start with the ball. Before we get going, let me take you through the starters for the Taylor Trojans. In goal, a junior goalkeeper at 6'2", out of Hillsdale, Michigan, Sam Spiegel, along with Matt Harold, Sean Fields, Carter Glover, Matt Yoder, two Yoders on this Taylor side, Brian Matipa, Levi Kelly, Caleb Ballard, Colin Maris, and Justin Devlin, a freshman that leads the team in goals. And we are underway at King Stadium. Both teams trying to get back on track. Coven Drenth and Cooper Foshi will start the possession on the back line. HU coming off a loss on Saturday, which was telling enough for Coach Russ Lawson and his staff to make a couple of changes, and you'll hear a lot of different names tonight in the starting 11 for HU. Two that remain true on that back line, Foshi and Klefiker. As Foshi already getting a lot of early touches. Who goes to Drenth, and now the left side for John Pukliang, another freshman for this Foresters side, sends one forward, knocked away for a moment, and HU wins possession right back. HU's done a nice job keeping possession here throughout the first minute of the match, something that they've obviously put an emphasis on against this Taylor side here in just the early moments.
Seeing a lot of possession in the back here, looking to build out of the back, not playing many long balls, just kind of keeping possession and breaking them down.
A lot of trust from Coach Russ Lawson and his back line as this one's sent forward. Dalesh Patel has a chance to run with it down the right side. Good defense here on the back line by the Trojans. Patel, a little shifty footwork, and the Trojans have to choose to play it out on the back line.
Good one-on-one attack there from Patel.
He's been a real bright spot for this Foresters side. He creates a lot of chances and leads the team in assists right now. Another freshman for this young Foresters side. See Nathan Lemon throwing this one in. He's someone else benefiting from a different lineup tonight and has a chance to put a stamp on this one with one of his few starts on the young year. Just like Zach told us, the Foresters will work out of the back. Coven Drenth, midfielder, but also can play on the back line, as we've seen him do nicely. Nice move on the left side by HU as they try to have the first real attack. Ball sent into the middle, knocked off the back line by the Trojans. Foresters back line with Drenth comes up tight, but it was Matt Yoder able to keep that one away, and now Taylor really has their first chance to possess here in the young game. But so far, Zach, I would say it's been mostly positive for HU just a few minutes in.
Yeah, I was talking about earlier, a couple new guys on the lineup, and it's just helping them get a feel on the ball for a couple minutes before we actually go up and try to make any dangerous passes just to ease into the game.
Always good to get that possession rolling and just kind of keep the Taylor Trojans on their heels. And Foresters right now just really trying to switch fields like Zach was saying and maybe exploit some of those open spots. But also on the other side, Taylor seems pretty content with having all 11 men behind the ball right now.
Yeah, they seem to just be holding in, make sure there's no big gaps that Huntington can exploit. Just seem to be holding themselves down. Actually have really good shape right now, have a lot of width and tightness at the same time, taking up almost the whole end that the Foresters are looking for.
Foresters definitely looking for 3 points tonight, and I'm sure some chances will begin to build up. But this might be part of what Russ Lawson's also looking for, a little more possession and then attack when maybe someone on this Taylor side's a little too aggressive in one of those gaps.
Right. I mean, playing the game all my life, you get kind of complacent, and then it's half a second that you're too late and you open something up. So both sides will probably be looking to do that a lot of possession tonight.
That one's headed out on the back line by Kelly. Lemon will choose to go quick to Dilesh Patel. Patel can't keep that one, but it is tapped off of the right foot of Matipa. And the Foresters still in possession. This one's thrown into the box. Nearly a chance for HU. Yeah, it looked like a good attempt to try to flick that one towards the middle of the box as Barbieri was roaming, but nothing happening yet for that Forester attack. Foshi thinking about a cross-pitch ball, and it's intercepted by the Trojans. Pukliang able to scoop it up and head it on forward as the Foresters continue to put all kind of pressure on this Taylor back line as they've possessed really for about 4.5 minutes of this first 5.
Taylor seems to still be holding that formation really strong right now, still not letting many openings come through.
Patel and Lemon working a two-man play here, a chance for Barbieri. He drops it off right at the top of the 18. Lemon rips across in, back line headed away by the Trojans. First real chance for HU as Coelho picks it up and goes far side to Pukliang. Good chance for HU there. They started to create some of those open gaps and just missed that last pass to start the scoring here. 5 minutes into the match. Good to see Lemon creating, though. That's someone that hasn't had probably as much playing time as he'd like, but now stepping into a role where he's going to be a bigger part of things. Ruiz heads it over to Lemon again. Tried going to Patel. It's knocked away, and the Foresters possess once again right around midfield.
Person on the ball is Johnny Ruiz, and that's one of the other people that are going into a new role. Hasn't started a game here before, true freshman, but looks pretty confident so far going in.
And he's coming off a goal in his last match, as here's a chance for HU down the right side. Patel giving it chase, and it's knocked away by the Trojans for another throw-in. I think it was a PK that Ruiz scored on.
It was a good Spring Arbor late in the game. Got fouled and ended up taking the PK and putting it in, beating the keeper.
So it was a 4-1 loss for HU on Saturday. But for Ruiz, his first collegiate goal is something to put in the memory bank that he'll probably never forget. We'll see if he can add to that tally tonight. Chance on the left side for HU is Coelho. Excuse me, that was Costa playing that one cross pitch. Lemon heads it on. Patel trying to run it down. He gets a touch on it, centers it in, and it's knocked out for the first corner of the night.
Big chance for Huntington coming up. One of the first big chances of the game for either side.
I feel like if you're a defender on the opposing team, Dilesh Patel's the one that gets on your nerves because it seems like he has a magnet on his foot and never loses possession.
Right. I mean, you think you get it away from him even in practice, and then you look for it, and I mean, it's still right with him, and then you're beat.
Ball sent in from Ruiz, back post. Chance for HU, and it's headed off to the left, and that'll be a goal kick for the junior goalkeeper, Spiegel. So HU now starting to create some more chances here, and their first set piece of the night doesn't result in a goal, but the pressure is starting to build.
Taylor is going to have the first big control of the game so far for them, so let's see how they look to play. If they're going to play it long or try to go short, looks like they will be playing this long.
Really only one of the few times we've seen early in this match a Taylor Trojan over the midway mark on the pitch as that's headed out, and HU will grab possession right back. Pukliang tried to get an extra few yards, and he'll be backed off by the center official. We'll be adding some different looks here tonight on FDN Sports. A couple new cameras that we'll be utilizing if we get a big save or a goal. Some net cams tonight if we get a chance to use them, and just trying to always add to that viewer experience for you guys, whether you're watching as a Taylor fan or a Forester fan here tonight on FDN Sports.
Risky pass across the middle there from the Foresters. Ends up staying with it though, so.
Luckily, Ruiz was able to run it down at the end.
Long ball through by Coven.
He's got a chance here with Patel at least giving it a look, but Spiegel does a nice job coming off his line and pulling it away from the attacker on the right side.
That is one thing that the Taylor goalkeeper will have to do a lot, is he will have to be active. He won't be just sitting in the net. The Foresters look to play a lot of long balls, and the goalie has to be active or it will not go good for them tonight.
Ruiz and Patel, the two freshmen, working together. Trying to find another build-up play on the right side with Lim, and it's deflected in there. Dangerous ball, and it goes out for a deep throw-in in Forester territory.
A lot of confidence from Nate, which is what you want to see. As a coach, you don't want to see somebody you put in play very timid. You want him to just play like he knows what he's doing, and that's what Nate is doing a lot right now, putting in a lot of dangerous balls that Taylor's just had to clear instead of possessing.
He has started 7 games. I made it sound like earlier he doesn't get many chances, but right now it's been a run of starts, and that's what's maybe giving him that confidence, is now Taylor has their first chance to really attack on the night, and Foshi does a nice job knocking that one out of play. The back line for the Foresters has been rock solid on the year with Cooper Foshi and Klefiker, who's not in the starting lineup tonight, but that duo has been awfully sharp for HU this year, and Foshi shows why he plays all 90 minutes each night.
Yeah, different look from the Foresters tonight at the back line. Garrett Klefiker, as mentioned earlier, is not playing tonight due to an injury. Eduardo Moretti, who has been a proven Forester starter, is also battling an injury, hasn't been back for a while. Looks to be on the bench tonight, but he should be able to be playing tonight.
HU had a chance to counter there. It's knocked away in the midfield by the Trojans. Stepping in and crucially doing so was Colin Maris, as the Foresters were looking to get out and run with Igor Barbieri. More possession now by the Trojans. They have it on the half of the Foresters, trying to score the first goal of the night. Big interception by Leland as he heads back the other way, and Leland does this well. He uses that speed, works down the right side. Owen loses possession for a moment and then has it knocked out, and it's going to be called a goal kick. It looked like potentially the Taylor player knocked that one out, but Leland got the last touch.
Let's see if they play long here again, just like they did the first time, or they'll try to possess.
Possession has not been on Taylor's side here early, but as you know from playing soccer your whole life, sometimes that doesn't matter. A quick strike can change a game immediately, and we're watching the forecast as well. As soon as that rain potentially starts to fall, this game could be flipped on its head by either side.
Absolutely dangerous ball from the Trojans right there.
Matipa working on the left side against the back line of the Foresters. Thinks about playing one in. Instead, he drops it off to Kelly, who goes even further back, and Harold picks it up just in front of the midline. Communication coming from both benches. Teams are trying to get organized, and that one's knocked out for another Taylor throw-in. And some of the HU fans didn't think so. Probably a couple of your teammates, Zach, if I had to guess. Dilesh Patel heads it away. Foresters try to intercept right in the middle of the pitch. Can't do so, so Taylor will possess once again right around midfield.
First big possession game from Taylor tonight, and they actually seem to be doing it pretty well, finding the gaps just like the Foresters were earlier, but the Foresters are as well not letting any big gaps that the Trojans, are being able to play through.
Still in possession. They're going to try to work it down the right side are the Trojans. Defending is John Pukliang, and he does a nice job to knock it away, and the Foresters repossess, but deep in their own territory. Pukliang has to play it out. It's another Trojan throw-in as John is working hard there on the back line. Long throw going to be coming in here from the Trojans. It's Maris who will have a chance to use a throw as a weapon here. About 15 minutes gone in this first half. Maris sends a long one in. Foresters trying to defend it. Popped up in the air. HU for the moment able to keep it out, but another chance for the Trojans. Left-footed shot is out wide, and it's off goal. And Costa will have a goal kick.
Each team now has one big chance, and both teams have defended it very well so far, so let's see how that seems to go later on in the game.
Seemed like that ball hit a couple of different heads there in the middle of the box, and Foresters were trying to clear, just couldn't get that final clearance, and thankfully for HU, that one goes wide. 14 minutes in. Just a couple of shots in the match so far. A lot of possession out of the back line from both teams as HU tries to work this one forward, and they do so successfully with Leland. He'll go down the left side. Forrester's another chance as trying to cut into the box there was Tiago Costa, and it's ripped away by the defender for the Taylor Trojans. Cooper Foshi, a defender that loves to push it up. He gives it to Igor Barbieri, and a crossing ball into Leland, runs out of room as Spiegel comes off his line again.
There again, that goalkeeper for the Trojans is active and doing a very good job on not letting the through balls get all the way through.
He's giving up about 1.75 goals per game, 47 saves, and he's coming off a good performance against Mount Vernon, where Taylor was successful in the match. They won that one 2-1, and he had 5 saves. So a really good goalkeeper on the back line keeps this team in line for the Taylor Trojans. Forrester's knock it away on the back line with Puk Liang. Another chance for Taylor. Foshi chooses to go back to Luis Costa, and he'll calm his side down and reset. Forrester fans used to seeing Dan Pelin in goal throughout most of the season, but another change for Russ Lawson to see if Costa can bring a little bit of an edge here tonight in one of his few starts on the year. Lemon getting pressure from Matipa, goes back to Costa once again.
Taylor still seems to be very comfortable with letting the Foresters keep possession in their own half, but they are very tight right now and not letting them build out of it too well.
They are applying a little more pressure than what we saw in the first few minutes as the Trojans have come across the midline at least a little bit, and that's forcing Costa to get a little extra work on his footwork on the back line for HU.
Ball played to Tiago Costa.
Costa has it now as he works towards the middle of the pitch. Looping ball over the top off the back line from the Trojans. Able to pull it down as Patel.
Patel goes down. Still fighting, no call from the referee.
Yeah, it looked like there could have been a chance there for Patel to pick up another free kick. That's something else that he does pretty well is when he has possession, he's strong with it, but he also knows when to go to the pitch to draw a free kick for his side.
Yeah, he is one of the greatest soccer IQs I've ever seen when he plays the game. He's very good at playing the ball, but also knowing when it's time to get the foul against him instead of keep trying to play the ball, which is a huge thing. It happened in the first game against Roosevelt. Ended up getting fouled right outside the box because he just gave up the ball and let the player foul him instead of trying to force it through, which is a huge thing in the game.
He also drew another one where Sam Dolobapu scored on a long free kick as well. So he sets up his team, whether it's by keeping the ball or going down. Here's a big chance for HU across the middle of the box. It's knocked away off the back line for the Trojans, and they'll have to just play it right to midfield for Coven Drenth.
Trojans seem to be very confident right now in their back line. Haven't really let anything go through and just confident right now.
Foshi and Ruiz, who continues to track back to help out his defenders on the back line. Drenth, another freshman, plays it up the left side, and trying to flick it on was Costa, but it'll run out of room as Puk Liang goes quick with the throw. Barbieri, one of the dangerous goal scorers in the conference, had Patel, who couldn't quite get a hand on it. Ruiz is knocked down, and they're going to let him play on as Matipa able to take it away from Ruiz. Looked like a good chance for the Foresters, but nothing comes of it as Matipa shows off a little bit of the footwork around Patel. Still has the ball on the left side as Patel trying to get back on defense, and he knocks that one off the leg of Matipa, but it's going to be a Taylor throw-in.
Sub coming in for the Trojans. Can't tell who it is quite yet.
You take a look at this replay here. Ruiz was trying to win a free kick, and I guess you could see that one going either way. Ruiz maybe went down a little softly, but it would have been a dangerous spot for HU if they did get the whistle, as the first change of the night for the Taylor Trojans is a sophomore forward, Brock Carpenter. He's played in 12 matches, started 6, 3 goals, so a pretty good sub to bring in off the bench. Flick on here from the Trojans, dangerous ball in the middle. Knocked out by HU on the back line as the Trojans keep possession right around the 18-yard box. Another driving ball in. And the Trojans still with possession down the right side, but they'll run out of room, and it'll be another goal kick.
Seems to be a dangerous thing for the Trojans right now is that throw in. That's two that they've had a good head on to like flick onto the backside, and it seems to be going good right now for them on that.
Yeah, that was a real opportunity, and like you mentioned, that's now twice that they've been able to do that. Up towards Barbieri, Lemon goes, couldn't find Igor that time. And playing out of the middle of the pitch again are the Trojans, crossing ball to the left side. They continue to try to go to Matt Yoder. Two Yoders on this side, both brothers from Delaware, Ohio. As the Foresters keep possession and play a long ball down the right side of the pitch. We'll see if it can stay in as Barbieri gives chase, and it'll run out of room on that right side.
Foresters are going to look to hold them in right now, not let them get anything out easy.
Throw towards the back line as this one's sent forward, and exactly like you called it, Zach, they're able to hold it in and get another throw in.
See what the Foresters decide to do here.
Lemon goes into Leland, plays it right back to Nathan. Ball towards the back post. HU with a chance, and that header really didn't miss by much from Costa.
Great ball by Nate. Again, what we were talking about, a couple of starts in a row right now, and that seemed to be one of his best moments from his starting play. So that is a searching ball to the head of Tiago Costa.
That back line and the back post has been the preferred choice here so far for HU, as they've had two chances really on the back post. That time, Costa just couldn't get enough trajectory downward on it, but still, even to put it that close to on goal was quite remarkable. Trojans back the other way, and Pukliang able to knock it out of play. 20 minutes gone. Both teams with a couple of really good chances, but no score yet here between the Taylor Trojans and the Huntington Foresters.
If you're Coach Russ Lawson right now, you have to be proud of the new players and the new formation. Seems to be doing a lot of good right now. Yes, it is 0-0, but it is coming some good chances that you might not have necessarily seen as often in the previous games as you would like to see.
Foresters trying to step up and keep this Taylor side out. Good ball down the right side. Running it down is Matt Yoder. He's trying to work it back towards the middle. Picking it up is Ballard, who now plays it back to his back line. And Taylor will try to reset with their formation. A lot of short passes from the Taylor side. HU a chance to counter here. They'll go down the left side and run with Barbieri. Igor rips a crossing ball, back post again. Patel giving it chase. He'll be able to track it down. Plays it into the middle. Ruiz tries getting to his left foot, now goes back to Patel. Crossover, and was one touch away from finding Ruiz in the box, but a nice job by the Trojans on the back line, knocking it away. Good play there by Foshi, a little physicality as the refs have really let these two sides play. Coelho shows off some skill, and it leads to another HU throw-in. But back to that last chance, that's Patel showing us his skill once again.
I mean, he is inches away from getting that other defender, but credit to the defender for not letting him do that. And when you are one-on-one, it is one of the hardest things to do in soccer because he really has both sides of you to go. He can go backwards, and you stick with it and win the one-on-one. So credit to the Trojans there.
Coelho plays a crossing ball over to Costa. It's been, I should say Costa, excuse me, as Tiago cuts one back in, and the Foresters repossess again. And somehow the Trojans keep it in on that left side, and they're back the other way. And if Taylor's going to come away with a goal tonight, it might have to come from a counterattack just due to the heavy possession by the Foresters.
Foresters seem to be putting a lot of people up. When they have the possession on the Trojan side, seem to only really have two center backs holding down about the midfield line. So if the Foresters unfortunately do make a turnover, it does seem like they will have some open space that they can work with.
We'll see what the game plan is after this first half, or potentially after the first goal is scored, if we reach that here in the first half, and see which team's going to make that change. Will Coach Russ Lawson go back to a familiar spot with his rotation, or is he, going to be stern with what game plan he's stuck with so far tonight? HU building up once again. Down the left side, here's the best chance for the Foresters. Ball sent into the middle of the box, and once again, Taylor able to collect and pull it away.
Speaking of the counters attacks you're talking about, they're on one right now. 2-on-5.
And that's going to be a foul, as chasing that one down was Pukliang, I believe, on that right side. Actually, it looks like it could have been Quelo. It's a long ways over there.
I think it was Queda with the foul there.
So he came from behind and knocked the Taylor attacker over, but if you're a Forester fan, that's kind of a tactical foul to shut it down.
Yeah, that's what you call a smart yellow. You just, or not, sorry, not a yellow, but a smart foul. You just understand the place that there's nothing really good for you in that, so you just foul them, so you stop it and you let your team settle in.
Yeah, you don't want to give up a big chance on one of those counters, because that's how Taylor could really be dangerous tonight.
Talk about earlier in the weather, and it seems that the rain has set in, so we'll see how that affects the game. Balls will skip a lot more. Speed of play will probably pick up.
And we saw that really have a toll on the Bethel game on the second goal that the Pilots scored, a skipping ball that kind of snuck past Pellegrini from probably 30 yards out.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great strike, and like I said earlier, I mean, when it is raining, the ball just skips like it's no other.
So that'll make this possession game for HU that much more important as the weather shifts and the fans start to scurry a little bit to see if they can find a dry spot in the house. Taylor still trying to find their first real attack here in the last several minutes. They had one shot off goal earlier in the match. For HU, they've had a lot of dangerous balls into the box, but have yet to really challenge the goalkeeper Spiegel here tonight.
Ball played across from Coven Drent.
Lemon and Ruiz working together. Foshi goes right back to Ruiz, and those two are working back and forth to kind of see if they can get into the shape of the Trojans. There's a chance now as Ruiz has some yards to take in front of him. He'll go over the left side to Quelo. Another ball down the left side. Costa on the end of it, left-footed cross. Chance on the back row. Lemon was chasing in, and it's going to be another corner, the second of the night for HU.
Seems to be the early story of the first half for the Foresters, as they seem to be trying to play that ball across in the air to try to get something to go in.
Trying to maybe expose that back line on the back post, as HU has another chance for a corner off of this header from the Taylor defense. HU goes short. Jonathan Ruiz with the left foot drops it back. And that's Lemon, who rips a shot towards goal. It's actually headed away off the back line. Patel picks it up, rips one in, and it's deflected away, as that was a real chance for HU, but the defenders for Taylor, the ones coming up with the big blocks.
Good stops there from Taylor. I mean, those are one of those that are just hard because you don't expect it, and it's just a lane of people, and then all of a sudden it's right to you, and you just have to make a split-second decision on what you're going to do with it.
Spiegel was diving on that one, so you wonder if it gets through. Does it at least force a save? And it looked like he would have had to cover that, but either way, HU is starting to create some chances here. That one coming off a corner.
And you just wonder with the rain, if that does get through, does the goalie ready for it with the rain? Because, I mean, as mentioned many times before, the ball is slick, and that is no different than when it hits the gloves compared to the grass.
Ball sent forward. HU able to repossess after Taylor keeps it away off the back line. Drenth goes over to Pukliang, and the Foresters have been most dangerous on this side, down the left with Thiago Costa.
Foresters seem to be playing out wide a lot right now, trying to really spread out, get a lot of width out of the Trojan back line. But the Trojan back line seems to be pretty confident in what they're doing right now, and it seems to show. Not really giving up a lot of shots on goal, only about 2, I think, so far. So
Leland working with the back line, and Ruiz and Foshi. Not a steady rain, really, just kind of a, well, it's steady, but not hard, I should say, as Lemon drives a low ball in, finds the foot of Leland. He cuts it back to his right, goes right back to Nathan Lemon on the right flank. Ball driven in, headed away again by the back line of Taylor. And now here's another chance for them to counter.
Ball played through, searching for the opposite winger, does not seem to go. Ball collected by Bernardo. Just trying to settle the Foresters down right now, taking his time, waiting to see what is open.
I think Bernardo Coelho is not someone that will wow you with his stat line, but he's probably one of the hardest workers on the pitch each game. In and out, he comes in, he plays a ton of minutes, and he gets back on defense, but also adds to the attack. I think that's someone, if they don't watch a ton of soccer, maybe doesn't realize how crucial Bernardo Coelho is to this side. Another counterattack here for Taylor, and the Foresters able to knock it away, but it looks like the center official is going to grant Taylor with their first free kick of the night. Take a look here what potentially happened in that last play, is that was a Forester player losing his balance. We didn't get a foul on that one as there wasn't as much contact, but the most recent leads to a Taylor free kick, and we're back in play with just over 15 minutes remaining in this first half.
Both sides seem to be going for the width, as I mentioned earlier. Seem to go for a lot of balls across right now, not playing really directly through the middle.
Taylor working on the left side. Backline defender Matt Harrell doing a nice job keeping possession. He's going to try a looping ball forward and dangerously falls off the chest of Coelho, and now another chance for Taylor. He'll drop it over to Carpenter, who subs in, 3 goals on the year. He'll play it back to a midfielder, looping ball in. Costa stays on his line, and he'll step up and collect that one easily.
First save of the night from either keeper, I believe, that was on frame. It seemed to be handled pretty well and calmly from Luis.
Nice job by HU to be ready for that attack, as they've held a lot of the possession in this first half, so sometimes those counterattacks or chances can surprise you on the back line. The Foresters totally prepared for that one. Nathan Lemon goes back to Jonathan Ruiz right at midfield. Foshi has seen a lot of the ball tonight, along with Coelho. Coelho's going to try another ball down the left side. That's been HU's best side in this match. Taylor able to snuff it out. Foshi with a crucial touch. We'll have to play it back to Luis Costa, who steps up and calmly plays it to Govan Drenth. It's always a benefit to have a keeper that is good with their feet as well, and Costa's looked extremely comfortable in the goal here tonight.
Yeah, that's something that's, especially when you're going to play out of the back like the Foresters seem to be wanting to do right now, you got to have a keeper that is confident at the feet, and that's what he seems to be doing right now. Ball placed in by Cooper Foshi.
Chance for Patel to get to it, but it's knocked away on that back line by another Taylor Trojan. Stepping up is Nathan Lemon. He takes a little space, plays it out wide for Patel. It was a good idea, but not enough pitch here on the right side.
Couple subs coming in from Taylor.
Now we'll wait and see who these numbers are. Looks like Bryce Lawrence will check in. And number 25 in as well, as that's Carlos Santabria. And then the final one was Ryan Nelson out of Hamilton, Ohio, who's a freshman who's appeared in 8 matches for the varsity side this year. Oh, Taylor's head man, Gary Ross, in his 20th season, looking to see if a couple of changes for his side can make a difference, and he'll make one more here, it appears, on this throw-in. Heading out of the match is Matt Yoder, and replacing him looks to be Levi Yoder, his brother. Excuse me, that's wrong. I think Ryan Nelson just checked in. Just make sure we have everyone on the right track here as they'll play it back to Lawrence. Either way, there's 11 out there for Taylor, and they're looking for a couple of changes to get the scoring started. Looping ball forward, Cooper Foshi heads it away. Taylor pushing a few more bodies forward. That one skips through, and Luis is able to go collect it once again with his feet.
Inches away from finding the sub, Ryan Nelson. He just came on, so interesting to see how he'll fit in, as well as the other subs. We'll see if they try to play the same, or if with subs if they try to play a little differently against the Foresters.
Lemon's got space, but he's being chased down by Brock Carpenter. The Foresters do keep possession for a moment, but it's knocked out for another throw-in. Looks like Sam Dolobapu also getting ready across the way for Coach Russ Lawson's side. He's had an amazing freshman year, and see if he adds to his tally tonight as a sub. Costa cuts it in. It's knocked away trying to use some of that footwork, and once again, Taylor has to play it out, and HU keeps possession. Lemon goes quickly to Coelho. And Foshi has had a busy night already on the back line with Drenth. Foshi and Coelho trying to connect, and Forrester's trying to get their attack rolling again. This left side across from us has been the most popular as Leland steps up, plays it in at the top of the 18-yard box, and the Forresters get a free kick in a very dangerous spot. Barbieri, the one drawing that foul, and we've seen HU be really successful from their set pieces on this season, as Barbieri just was trying to cut that one in, and not able to stay out of the way was Maris.
Got Forrester player down, looks to be Owen Leland. Seems to be okay though. Walking with a little bit of a limp, it seems. See how that transpires, if he comes out or if he's going to stay in for a little bit.
Temperature has started to drop a little bit, and the rain has started to drop a little harder.
Seems that he is coming out right now.
But honestly, this is a big substitution right now for HU, because Dolo Bapu has been a real playmaker, and I'm honestly a little surprised to not see him stand over this free kick. He's already scored a couple of them here on the young year.
Yeah, me too, but it might be one of those where they're looking to more play to cross, and Sam has a lot of height. Ball seems to be driven low.
Yeah, Patel decided to go with the low route there.
As you mentioned, the weather seems to be changing a little. Wind picking up, seems to be raining a little heavier. So let's see how that plays for both teams. A lot of teams probably are going to start going for the long balls, and they're going to have to adapt.
Puk Liang all the way down towards his own goal, flips a good throw in. Barbieri tried to get ahead on it. It's cleared away, but only to Coelho, who calmly collects, sends a ball towards the goal, and it's over the top. It's just a couple of shots for the Foresters, and both of them so far off goal.
If you're a keeper right now for either side, you really want to have an easy save right now with the rain starting to pick up, just so you get a feel for it.
Coelho creating a chance from a long ways out, but as Zach mentioned, definitely not a bad idea in these conditions to at least get as many shots towards the goal as possible to see if one of these goalkeepers will make a mistake.
Taylor still seems to be favoring the long ball and the goal kicks. Don't seem to be playing a lot through the back. More really focusing on getting one through the Forrester back line.
Barbieri trying to track this one down. It's headed out of play, and Costa will have another throw in.
As you mentioned, Forrester seem to really be favoring that left side. I don't know what they see on it or if it's something that they're just happening right now, but they really seem to be confident on that left side.
Barbieri has it right over there again. It's knocked away, but the Foresters do recollect, as Taylor will now try to play out of the back.
Counterattacks we talked about earlier seems to be handled pretty well by the Foresters right now.
That one's knocked out of play. It looks like Taylor thought it was their throw in, but the Foresters will have the ball, and a couple more subs for HU as Russ Lawson is starting to work some more fresh bodies into the lineup. João Ratinho will come in, another Portuguese for this side.
You can see the rain on the screen. It's coming down pretty hard now.
Starting to change conditions here as you see that pass maybe being affected by that. The other sub for HU was also Andre Camara, so he's into the match as well. Two guys that have a lot of experience checking in, and Dolo Bapu was the third sub earlier in the match, so you just bring in three guys that can be instant impact on the attack for the Foresters.
Yeah, still, we were talking about earlier what he would like to do throughout the game if he's going to switch formations, but still seems to be pretty confident with the 4-2-3-1, and it has seemed to be treating the Foresters pretty well. So we'll see how that still goes, but Russ seems to be pretty confident on that decision.
Back the other way comes HU. Dolo Bapu was waiting for the ball in the middle, but that connecting pass wasn't there, as Coven Drenth doing a nice job on the back line to hold off a couple of strikers for Taylor. Puk Liang working hard and thought he was bumped off the dribble. Instead, it's a Taylor throw-in.
Talking earlier about the night game, I mean, it is beautiful out here looking at, I mean, you don't want to be playing in the rain, but the rain and the lights is something that you just almost can't imagine until you're here.
It's a really good look for this Forester athletic program, and that one's going to go out for a corner kick, the first of the night for the Trojans. Like you mentioned, even with the rain, it still just has a really neat feel here at King Stadium for the first time this season. Something that Coach Russ Lawson talked about being long awaited, and it kind of motivates his team any chance they have a chance to come out and play a night game.
See what the Taylor Trojans, try to do here.
Lawrence drives one into the middle, chance for a one-touch shot. Couldn't get it off. They'll go to the left side, shot towards the goal, and Costa has to take the deflected ball and save it, and that's a big-time play by Costa on the back line.
Yeah, it seemed to be deflected off of Cooper Foshi right there, and very lucky that it went to him, because deflections as a goalie, you dive in, you plan to go one way, and then split second have to go the other way, and that is just an imaginably hard thing to do.
Ratinho with a great ball across the camera, who's now got it outside the 18-yard box, trying to cut it back up to Coelho. Coelho rips one, and that one's just off frame as Spiegler was searching to lift the hands up, but a little too tall.
Wonder if the teams are listening to the broadcast, because both teams, as soon as we say it, have started to shoot more.
Take a look at this shot from Coelho, his second long attempt, now one from each foot, and that one really not too far off, at least gave Spiegler an idea about getting up and trying to save it. But he really has not been tested at all here tonight from this Forester attack quite yet.
Trojans go long again, and they seem to be favoring the right side on the goal kicks. Every time so far they've went right and long, got good possession right here.
Dolobapu nearly had a chance to pick it up and turn. He does win possession back for HU for a moment, and it'll be another throw-in for the Foresters, and they go quick with Sam getting possession once again. Dolobapu has come into this match and provided instant energy, and that's something that we have really seen him do in his freshman year all year long.
As a teammate of his, I mean, it is something that you cannot, take away from the team. He is always putting effort, energy. He's always loud, outgoing to the teammates, and that's just something that you need on the field and the locker room. Even when he's not playing, you see it in warm-ups, which you guys wouldn't see unless you were here. But he is outgoing, talking to his team, letting them know what is going right, what is going wrong, and really just talking it through.
I missed that Moretti came in as well. He's playing over here in front of us, as that one is a free kick for Taylor.
If I was a betting man, I bet they play long and right to the right now.
See if they stick with that program as Spiegel takes his time, and he goes towards that right side long again. The wind knocking it down a little bit. Ruiz gets knocked down. He's still down on the pitch, and Taylor's back the other way. Ruiz, good to see, he's back up.
Second time Ruiz has taken a pretty decent bump that knocked him down today. See if he hopefully still stays confident, doesn't shy away from things.
Forester's back the other way. Here's their best chance of the night. Dolobapu running with Moretti, who has it on his right foot first time, and couldn't get that one on frame, but a real chance for HU.
Big chance of the Foresters right there. Couldn't capitalize as much as they would like, but really showing the two subs coming in really hot.
Dolobapu just gets that touch, and then the first timer from Moretti was always rising a little too high, but that's the chance that Coach Russ Lawson is now seeing his team take advantage of the counterattacks a little bit against Taylor. We thought it might have been the other way around. As you can see, the conditions are starting to get to Spiegel and goal for Taylor.
You know, instead of going long and right today, just now they went long and left. So we'll see if that's something that they start to look forward to, or if they're still going to be confident on the long and right ball.
2 minutes, 30 seconds left in this first half. Lemon tries to go quick towards Ratinho. Zhao wasn't quite ready for it, and Lemon's called for a foul, and Taylor will get another free kick.
Keeper seems to be coming to take this.
Get another chance to look at this last play by the Foresters. Lemon was looking for Ratinho and then went in a little too aggressively on the backside of Carpenter.
Seemed to be a little miscommunication there. Ratinho thought he was going long. Nate thought he was checking to him. So a little bit of unfortunate thing right there, but shouldn't have too much effect later.
Ratinho flicks it onto himself, and now Zhao can create for the Foresters. Dolobapu making the run, gets the touch, flicks it back towards Ratinho, and Spiegel comes out and easily collects. A couple of fancy footwork moves there by the Foresters, and it's starting to lead to some more chances, but still looking for the first goal.
Sam has came in as a sub and had a huge impact already for the Foresters. Nothing on the scoreboard shows it, but like we said earlier, I mean, communication-wise and effort-wise, that's back-to-back plays that he has put in long sprints to get to the ball.
Taylor trying to play this one into the center of the box. They do just that, but Pukliang knocks it out for a corner. And it's also Ratinho coming in as well as a sub and providing that instant speed and skill that has really given HU a couple of chances over the last minute.
Absolutely, that flick, I mean, you saw it. He just touched it around the defender and just sprinted it down, and that is something that you cannot teach. That is intelligent soccer right there. Seems guy going short. Let's see if they play short here, if they go long.
Could be one of the last chances of the half for Taylor. Another Trojan corner driven into the middle of the box. They're the first ones there, but they see a head over the net. It looked like that was Maris who got the top of his head on it, but couldn't create a chance.
Trojans seem to be very dangerous on the corners and the long throws into the box. So we'll see going on to the game if that's what continues, but if you're the Trojans, you have to be very confident in that.
HU had one final chance, but the Trojans look to have the last possession of the half, 13 seconds on the clock. Trojans trying to be a little aggressive here as time's running down. One final chance with 5 seconds will run out of room as the Foresters control and take this one to half, locked at no goals between the two Crossroads League sides. So a lot of chances there towards the end of the half for the Foresters, yet to find the first goal. And we'll give you a couple looks of how that first half went here on FDN Sports shortly. But Zach, kind of different from what we've seen out of HU games so far this season.
Yeah, I mean, start of the game looked to be very possession-based in the back, and as the game gone, it got really spread out for both teams. A lot more counterattacks and chances from both teams. So if that's what you want to look for, if you're one of the sides, that's exactly what you need. But if you're not looking for that, you want to make sure at halftime that you talk about that and reorganize and start playing through the back again if that's what you're looking for.
We'll see what changes are made. 15 minutes till we start the second half. We'll take it to a short break, come back with some stats and looks at some of the action between Huntington University and Taylor University. We'll be right back on FDN Sports. Towards the back post, HU with a chance. Sends a ball to our box, trying to cut it back up to Quelo rips one. That's the chance that Coach Russ Lawson is now seeing his team.
All these years, you're still the same pathetic trash.
Glenn, is that you?
Hey, Harold.
Welcome back, Glenn.
You ain't taking me in, are you? 'Cause I can drive.
20 years. You just left, you didn't call, I thought you were dead.
What's going on that field over there?
Yeah, we're building a church and a school.
We've sold 3 churches and raised 50% of the budget.
Hallelujah!
I'm not about to waste any hard-earned money on some pastor pipe dream that can't even get a line of credit.
Did you get the call from Lloyd?
Lloyd had a heart attack. We have to find a new carpenter by the end of the day.
Could you use me? Your brother says you're a singer.
Your breath smells like gasoline.
Having a drunk build this
He's not
church?
a drunk. He's a broken man, just like you and me.
Why can't I just learn the guitar?
You know how we feel about rock music.
Why you here? I reckon I could ask you the same thing.
What if somebody did something they weren't supposed to do and you knew about it?
What Glenn needs is a doctor, not a church with no money and a charlatan for a pastor.
Dad!
The best friend I ever had. I love you.
If the Israelites can knock down the walls of Jericho with a prostitute and a marching band, surely Glenn can help us build this church. Remember, Ask.
And it shall be given to you.
Seek.
And ye shall find.
Knock.
And the door shall open.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Let's roll.
Hi, my name is Dylan Herring, and this is FDN Sports. Are you interested in sports broadcasting? Well, then you need to get connected. As the producer of FDN Sports, I have many opportunities just for you. Run a camera. Direct. Do replay. Run graphics. Or be a play-by-play or color commentator. Are you looking for an on-campus job? Do you need money? Email me at fdnsports@huntington.edu.
It's too late, no going back. Olympiad is about to begin.
what we do in television production isn't just traditional over-the-air broadcasting anymore. It is so much more than that. We do multi-camera streaming of sports events with instant replay and graphics and playback videos. We are doing interview shows that are fun shows like The Treehouse, where students bring in guests, they interview them, and they do an activity while they're interviewing, and we work together as a team in this studio production class. During their time in the television production program here at Huntington, there are so many opportunities that you probably have to say no to some.
I think anyone can be built for broadcasting because it's such a wide variety of a topic. You have like radio opportunities, you have news opportunities, you can do editing, you can do sound, you can do freelance events, or you can go work a full-time position like I'm going to be doing. There's so many different areas that you could go into. You can probably find something that you enjoy.
But at Huntington, there are so many opportunities to jump into crews that are fun, that are loving what they're doing, and actually creating a product, creating a story that people are watching.
Having all the different broadcasting career paths at Huntington really helped me single in on what I wanted to do with my life.
Quit your knock, 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 knocking at my door. Gotta work in the morning and it's almost 4. Will you ever leave me and quit coming back for more? When I look out the window, you're kneeling on the floor. It's pathetic, the way you're begging.
Back at a rainy King Stadium at the moment. It's going to rain, it looks like, the rest of the second half. So we're in store for potentially a slip and slide second half between Taylor and Huntington. In that first half, though, Zach, both teams kind of stuck with their game plan most of that match and decided that they're not going to change many things about their game plan coming in.
Right. Both teams seem to be really favoring the wide parts of the field and a lot of searching balls in the middle for the headers. And neither team has been able to capitalize on it, but both teams have had very good chances coming from them.
And you talk about those counterattacks, that's what really kind of started to propel HU closer to a goal in the final minutes of the first half. Dolo Bapiu gave a chance to Moretti, and then we saw Ratinho create a chance as well. And so maybe that's what the Foresters will start looking for. It was possession-based in the first maybe half an hour of the match, and then that last quarter of the match in the first half, it kind of turned the other way. For the Foresters, they had 3 shots in that first half, none of them on goal. It seems like they had the better chances overall, but couldn't sneak one past Spiegel or even really towards Spiegel. And for the Trojans, it was 2 shots, 1 on goal. Both teams had 3 fouls, and both teams had 2 corners. So overall, pretty even first half.
Yeah, closest chance of the game was by far the shot from Taylor that deflected off of Foshi that Louise was able to save. But, I mean, if that bounces any differently off of Foshi, that could easily have been a goal. So Taylor seems to be confident. Huntington seems to be confident. I don't see a lot changing, but we'll see with the rain and stuff. It is raining harder and maybe more slippage and stuff. So let's see how teams decide if they want to stay wide where there's more gaps if somebody falls, or if they want to play really tight in case somebody falls or somebody else there.
You're going to have to be really, really tight on your touches on the back line as well. And not that that makes Coach Russ Lawson nervous, but if you're watching HU, each pass to the back line and to the keeper is that much more amplified in this second half because of the conditions. And we will see how that plays out. We have 2 minutes until these two teams are ready to roll again, just now coming out of the locker room. While we have a little bit of time, we want to thank you all for tuning in here tonight. And also, Zach and I want to give a big shout out to our crew tonight on FDN Sports. A couple of our cameramen standing in the rain for you guys, bringing all the shots. And of course, our producer tonight, Ross Gosnell, Adam Widener in the back as well. I know I'm missing several names, but it takes a lot of individuals to bring a really quality broadcast, and that's exactly what everyone in the back is doing for us. And shout out to Zach, too, his first time doing color commentary. We're just adding all kind of different pieces here tonight, Zach, and we're hoping the Foresters can come out and maybe add a goal quickly into this second half.
Yeah, they seem to be coming out early. If you see, the starters are on the right side of the field playing balls right now, kind of just light jogging, sprinting to try to get a feel, make sure that their cleats are good, because a lot of these players have what you call soft grounds, and it's a type of cleat that you use in the range, so it has more like texture to it, and they're metal. So they like go into the ground, and so you get more trackage and stuff in the grass. So some players on both sides probably looking to switch cleats. Some probably just sticking with what they have because they don't want to change anything. So we'll see how both sides come out.
About half a minute away from seeing which team will take control of this match here in the second half. I think if you're the Forester coaching staff, you feel really good about some of the build-up play that was created over the last 5 minutes in the second half. But for Taylor, they were close on a couple of chances as well, and counterattacks might be more of an opportunity with back line slipping up or a keeper maybe playing a ball shorter than expected. And it just might be who blinks first in this match or makes a big mistake that leads to the other team winning this evening. Well, we take a few more moments. Both teams look to just about be ready. And we want to update you and let you know that we'll be back here on Saturday. The women's team will be playing, I believe, Mount Vernon, and that'll be a 1:30 kickoff. There's also a volleyball game for the Foresters at 4 p.m. I guess I'm not 100% sure which one we're calling quite yet, but we will make sure that that's put out on social media. And if you're a Forester women's soccer fan as well, you'll either be able to catch that or some volleyball, as those teams are both in action. And Zach, I know that I'm excited. I'm assuming you are as well. The basketball team gets to start here in about 2 weeks. So we'll see Coach Darby Maggard and Coach Corey Alford's side playing in the new Platt Arena and filling that place up for a new year of basketball as well.
Yeah, a lot of big things coming in expectations. Good season last season. And, I mean, when you add a new gym, just like when you add the lights this year, there's a lot of hype coming into it. You know, a lot of these teams that are coming here after playing a new gym. And, I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're used to playing in something for 2 years and you come back and it changes, a lot can go into it.
Yeah, you talk about, like, not necessarily maybe in soccer, but in basketball, little different look when you're trying to shoot a three-pointer and the gym's completely flipped around. So we'll see if the Foresters can use a home field advantage, and we're looking to see if the men's soccer team can do the same here tonight, as Taylor's going to push the pace here to start, but Foce uses his speed to run it down, plays it back to Luis Costa. And here's some of this back line play once again from HU.
The Trojans seem to be pressing a lot higher. I don't know if that's something they're talking about in the locker room or that's just something that they decided to do within seconds. But a ball across picked off by Patel. Delesh. We'll go with that.
Yeah, Patel nearly had a chance running back the other way on the attack. You should know him. I mean, he was yelling at you before the match. Come on.
I have another friend. His last name is Patel. And Manel Patel, so it's kind of confusing to go back and forth between them.
Well, we got that one figured out. Delesh has been a really solid piece to this Forester side here tonight once again. As HU trying to play a little more defense this time around in the second half. Taylor's the one possessing within the first few minutes of the second half of this game. Another Forester down on the pitch here right now. It looks like Nathan Lemon a little slow to get back up.
Seems to be hobbling.
Maybe caught a cleat there on the top of his foot. And there's a slip by the back line of HU, but a nice play by Drent to step up and play to Barbieri. And they're trying to release on the attack. A lot of men behind the ball for Taylor. Coelho running it down. Ball played through to Costa. He tries to chase it down. It's knocked off the back line. And that time it was Maris who chased it down and knocked it out of play for a throw-in. Coelho tries to keep possession, knocked away. Taylor will work through the middle of the pitch. They're looking for Matipa, but doing a nice job was Ruiz to shut down that counter.
Ball played out here. Looking across to Crossroads tonight. Mount Vernon over Goshen 1-0 at halftime. Grace beat St. Francis earlier today. Bethel and Indiana Wesleyan, 2 top 25 teams, are tied at zeros. As you see here, Huntington and Taylor tied at 0. And at Spring Arbor, Marion and Spring Arbor are tied at 1-1.
So the Foresters would love for potentially as many ties as possible and come away with a win. They could gain on everyone tonight. Patel pushes one up to Barbieri. It's held away by the back line of Taylor and then sent down the pitch. And it looks like it'll run out of play. Patel nearly creating another chance, but HU kind of missing that last connecting pass here so far tonight. But it might be one of those games, as mentioned at halftime, you make one mistake and that completely changes the game. Nice job tracking back by Ballard. He now plays one forward. The back line with Ruiz joining, knocks it out of play.
See if Taylor decides to play long into the box here. It seemed to be working pretty well for them earlier. Got a couple of big chances for him, but let's see if they look to do it again or if they're going to play short here.
Maris will be the one to make the long throw into the box. See if he can create a chance for his side here with 41 minutes remaining in this crucial Crossroads League matchup for both sides. Maris does choose to go long. First head, it looked like Patel, and Matipa heads one on goal, but Costa makes an easy save.
Going back to the weather, as mentioned before, rain seems to be slowing down a little bit, still coming down, but not nearly as hard as it is.
Costa with a good touch towards the middle of the pitch, shows off some skill, goes to Barbieri. Open space down the right side for Patel. Delesh steps up, keeps possession, now tries to show off the footwork, plays it in towards Ruiz. And the back line of Taylor holds it for a moment, but then Patel is pushed, and it looks like there will not be a foul as Patel keeps possession. Then it's knocked out for a Taylor throw-in.
Taylor seems to have left that wide gap open right there, and the Foresters couldn't capitalize as much as they want, but they are seeing it right now. So if Taylor does not fix that up in the future, I see that becoming a big problem for the Trojans.
Ruiz steps up, tries to get it right back to Delesh Patel, and it's played all the way down the pitch. Costa, the goalkeeper for HU, will step out and plays it across the pitch. Dangerous chance there.
I mean, you saw that right there on the kick. Very dangerous. Any slippage right there can mess it up. And then the ball across, just a bounce that you would not get on a clear sunny day.
And we saw that skip here off the kick from Louise in front of us. It kind of skipped towards a Forester player. And that's just something that the entire first half nearly you weren't accounting for the rain, and then boom, you come out in the second half, the pitch is completely soaked and everything changes.
Yeah, sub coming in for the Foresters. Sam coming in for Owen Leland. Sam has been a huge part for the Foresters offense so far as coming in from a sub.
Costa pulls it down on the left foot. Now we'll try to work against the defense, and it's knocked out of play, and it's called a Taylor throw-in once again.
Frustration seems to be building from the Foresters.
Costa thought that one maybe went off the Trojans. Instead, Taylor will have another throw-in. Foresters have looked dangerous here at the end of the first half, and now the start of the second on the attack.
Nice ball played across from the Trojans. Seem to be switching the point of attack and seeing what is on the other side.
Opens up a little bit of space as now they try to attack. Foshi steps up and clobbers one towards Barbieri, but the back line for Taylor there once again to collect.
Both teams' back line very strong so far.
Devlin, we haven't said his name a lot tonight, but he's their leading goal scorer on the back line. Foresters back the other way. Dolobapu just into the game, was looking for Barbieri, and it might trigger a Taylor counterattack here. And shutting that one down quickly is Coelho, and maybe a little bit of an acting job there from Matt Yoder. Gets a free kick for Taylor. So Yoder goes down fairly easily as you see the replay here. Coelho chasing it down and maybe just working the official a little bit, but that's part of soccer, and that time it worked for Yoder and for the Trojans. They're headed back the other way against the Forester defense. Matipa has been dangerous on that left side, tries to use the speed around the back line. It's knocked out of play by HU.
Nate was not taking any chances on that one, just put it so it was nobody's ball and they could reset on the defensive line. Something to be looking for is both teams have went down the left side on this half. So I don't know if there's something that they like over there, like about the field or something, but both seems to be very confident on that side of the field so far.
Seems to be the point of attack so far for both sides, as Taylor trying to get a chance into the box, and they're not able to keep that one in play. It'll be a goal kick for HU.
It's one of the things you got to look for with the wet grass is that ball, without it being wet, probably stays in the play, but just the less friction based off of the water just lets that ball just slide out.
That's something to look forward to. If some of these teams start playing some longer balls forward, you run out of room a little quicker, and that could create a chance or take away a chance late in this match. Foshi working with the goalkeeper, Costa, on the back line. And he'll choose to go to Drenth. Pukliang making himself available on the left side, searching ball forward. Igor Barbieri picks it up. Barbieri using some of that skill, loses possession. Costa wants to play it quick down the left side. Igor once again gets another throw in for HU. Seems like Costa and Igor have a really good connection and know each other's next move, and maybe that's what will lead to the first goal of the night for HU.
Yeah, both players have played here for a couple of years now, so it's one of those things that you just know what each person's doing like the back of your hand.
Handball by Costa there as he was trying to regain possession. It'll be another Taylor free kick.
Goalie seems to be taking this one in. Rain has almost stopped completely, so let's see how the game goes. Field will still be wet, but there's not any more rain really coming down that should affect anything.
It has noticeably cooled down as it was nearly 70 degrees earlier in the day, but a chill is sort of making its way through King Stadium. Foresters win the header. Should have been a handball as Costa has possession and works down the left side of the pitch. Plays one forward to Barbieri. Costa nearly came back and took it away. Good ball forward here by Taylor. Leyland uses his speed, working as a defender here, and able to shepherd it out. And it's a Forester throw-in.
I believe that is Coven Drenth.
Oh, gotcha. That was Drenth on the back line. My apologies. As Leland actually went out for the sub Dolo Bapiu. But both of those players have really kind of been in the defense more tonight. Drenth, I would say, started the year, especially the first match of the year, as a more true midfielder, but now working as almost a complete defender in this match tonight, and that's probably due to the change in the formation we've seen.
Yeah, started off the season, ball played in by Taylor, searching for the back, cleared out not well enough, and wide, barely by the Trojans.
Biggest chance of the night for Taylor there, inside of the foot, outside of the foot, right-footed attempt, just missed the goal, and if that one's on frame, Luis Costa does not have a chance to get to that one, as Taylor has started to put a little more pressure on the Foresters. You see it here as Costa's forced to play it quick, and the Foresters push one forward towards the midfield.
Talking about what you said earlier about Coven, he started off the season as a true defensive mid, as a holding six, but as the season went on with injury to Garrett Kleffiker, as we mentioned earlier, not playing tonight, needed some center backs, and Coven has that versatility that Coach Russ Lawson likes, so he got moved to the center back for tonight. And it is not his first time to be mentioned. He has been there before, but did not start the season there.
Yeah, he's been really solid for this program as a freshman, and actually won man of the match in his first collegiate match here at King Stadium. As HU builds up through the middle this time, Ruiz pushes one out wide to the right side. See if the Foresters can attack with Nathan Lemon. The ball sent in, and no Forester there to handle it.
Good chance, though. Really switching the point of attack, and that seems to be what the Foresters are looking for right now. As we talked about earlier, their outside back on the opposite side seems to be getting pulled in a little too much for the Trojans. We'll see if that's what they want to keep doing and live with the consequences, or if they're going to keep him out wide for the foreseeable future.
Pace of play picking up a little bit, though, as Costa forces one towards limit at the midfield mark. He flicks it on for Patel, who runs it down on the right side. Delesh cuts it in, gives it off to Barbieri, right back to Patel on the right side. Ball shot in, and that'll go out for another corner kick.
Good play from the Foresters there. Seem to be playing a lot quicker. As he mentioned, pace has been picking up. So let's see how that opens the game for both sides.
Patel will be the one to take the corner, as he'll look to swing one in towards one of those Forester attackers and see if they can get the scoring going. HU's looked dangerous in this second half. Delesh Patel from the corner. Driving ball in, Dolobapu rises up, he flicks it on, but no Forester there to recollect, and it goes out for a Taylor throw-in. But that's the man that Coach Russ Lawson probably wants his team to look for in the box.
Absolutely. Big body, height, and, I mean, just a big frame to knock off the ball. And if you see many teams cannot knock him off the ball. So it's a very big asset you have when you have him.
I think I talked about this in a broadcast earlier in the year, but I feel like Sam doesn't get as many fouls called because he's so strong compared to maybe like someone with a smaller frame would get fouls called when they were on the ball. But Sam just kind of fights off the defenders and is strong enough to not get as many calls as you might see from some other players. Dolobapu is trying to get involved there as we were talking about him, but Taylor able to recollect, and they'll try to work down that left side again.
Drop back to the Trojan back line. Seem to be possessing a lot like the Foresters were at the beginning of the game. Ruiz picks it off, taking it down. Pass to Sam.
Dolobapu picks it up. Best chance for the Foresters in a bit. Ball in, knocked away, and Taylor will be completely content with another corner.
Good play on both ends, and that has seemed to be the theme of the night. Foresters and the Trojans do great offensively, but the other one just seems to do a better job defensively.
So it looks like Jonathan Ruiz will put in a corner here as we take a look at that last build-up play from HU. Dolobapu with a driving ball in. Igor Barbieri maybe just a few steps away. And it leads to this corner. Ruiz, left-footed swinging ball in. Sam was waiting. First time shot by Coelho. Sam picks it up. Shout for a penalty for HU. And then the shot is lifted over the top by Drenth. So another chance goes away for HU. But they continue to build up on the attack in this second half.
Yeah, Foresters had a different player taking that corner as it had been Delesh in the past, but Ruiz seemed to take that one, and I don't know if that's because he left-footed, so as he bends it in, it's coming towards the goalie instead of going away from the goalie, or what was the process there.
Spiegel has not really been challenged at all tonight, and we'll see if that stands true for the last half hour of this match.
Long and to the left this time instead of the right, as it was in the most of the second half.
Ball played forward. Lemon able to chase it down. Costa will be used again at the face of the goal. And Drenth, who's done a nice job in defense tonight, is going to try to start an attack towards Thiago Costa this time. Barbieri picks it up, knocked off his dribble. Dolobapu turns it back towards goal. Costa chasing after it. Left-footed ball in, knocked away. Thiago will have another chance. Dolobapu cuts in, still on the ball, and that rain kind of causing him to lose his footing there. Looked like a real chance for Sam, but the conditions playing a factor again.
Seems to be checking out his leg. I don't know if it's just because of the dirt or if something happened there. Seems to be okay, though.
Costa again working on the left side. A couple of Foresters joining him in the attack, and it's knocked out for a deep HU throw in.
Good tackle, and he has had a lot of action against him tonight, this right back for the Trojans, and handled it very well. A lot of one-on-ones that he's handled very well.
Ruiz has it in the middle. He'll have to play it back and reset for HU. Drenth over to the right side with Foshi. HU just trying to find that one goal and take the lead in this crucial match for both sides. These teams sitting tied in the Crossroads League right now, and whoever can come away with the 3 points will leapfrog the other.
You're the Foresters right now. You have to be liking the start of the second half. A lot of possession in the attacking third, and a lot of relatively good chances for what you've gotten so far. And the Trojans really haven't got anything and just seem to be very set with just putting the ball out.
Foshi goes down the right side. Patel into the box, rips one on goal. Speed!
Goal!
Blocks it, and then Dolo Bapu is there to finish it off, and it's another Sam Dolo Bapu goal. He continues to lead this team as a freshman. Incredible chance created by Patel again. Spiegel with the foot save. And then the man of the hour, Sam Dolo Bapu, just in the perfect spot to put it top shelf. Take a look at that from Patel, and then Dolo Bapu just uses that right boot to squeak it by Spiegel, and that's the goal the Foresters were looking for.
I mentioned earlier that Delesh was the leading assist player on the team, and yet again comes up with assists. And you would expect nobody else but Sam to put it away, and he has been a huge difference maker from this team.
Sam has been not only the best freshman on this team, but arguably the best player throughout the year. Now leads the team with 7 goals, and the freshman from Sioux Falls just continues to have a wonderful run at home here at King Stadium. So 27 minutes to go. HU will try to hold on and see if they can get back to their winning ways in front of this home crowd, who's really stuck around through most of the conditions. Another forward ball sent on for HU. Lemon tries to run it down. He does get on a touch towards the middle of the box. It's knocked away, and it looks like it may be a corner kick for the Foresters, and it will be.
Really interested to see how the Trojans decide to play the rest of this half, as now they have to have a goal to get a result tonight. So let's see if they keep trying the counterattack mentality or if they start sending more guys up. And whatever they do, the Foresters have to be okay with it. I mean, you have a goal advantage. You've proven that you can handle the counterattack. And if they come up, that's just more numbers that you don't have to have on the defense for the other team.
Camera is in, and so is João Ratinho checking back in for HU. And the Foresters would love to add another. They've been dangerous from this corner flag tonight. Ball sent in, another chance for HU. This one falls down, and Taylor trying to counter, and Dolo Bapu using some of that speed is called for a foul. That's kind of what I was talking about earlier. Sam is so big and strong that sometimes he doesn't get the benefits from those calls, and right now he's taking a few extra moments on the pitch.
Seems to be taking the wrong end of that collision. Might have just been a cramp as he was looking at his calf. Hopefully that's all it is. We'll see how that goes.
Still walking fairly gingerly and trying to get stretched out for these final 26 minutes in the match. Rain starting to pick up just a little bit again. Spiegel made his first save of the night just a few moments ago and then saw the next attempt. Shot into the back of the net by Dolo Bapu. I mean, what a dream start to his career as a freshman, leading the team with 7 goals and has also assisted several. And that was really one of his easier goals that he's had. We've seen him score off of a few really well-struck free kicks on the year.
Looking back at that goal, that was a huge, big save at first from the keeper, but unfortunately just bounced right to Sam.
Yeah, Spiegel with the left foot had to protect the first shot from Patel, but then it falls perfectly for HU. Trojans trying to work on the right side this time around, and it's sent to the back line as Ratinho's prowling to try to get after that one.
Long ball played across to the opposite side of the pitch. Finds the head of a Trojan.
Yep, Taylor's trying to work back in the attack. Coming up to knock it away again, though, is Coven Drenth, and he plays it off the foot of the Trojans for another throw-in.
This formation seems to be really working with the Foresters right now. Good depth in the back, good width in the back. Have the support of the 2 6s or the 2 center defensive mids, as well as 4 players in the attack essentially. So it seems to be doing really good. And the ball put up top for Moretti on the right wing. He seems to be driving, and that seems to be deflected for a corner. Yeah, yes, it is.
Moretti's been really sharp in his limited minutes tonight, creating plenty of chances for HU, and that time he earns another corner, and this has been a popular spot for the Foresters here in the second half.
Yeah, going off of Moretti's limited minutes, he has been hurt for the majority of the season. First game back, I believe, was Goshen, and just somebody that you look as last year was an all-conference player, and just having him back is a huge benefit.
It's going to be Andre Camara who sends this one into the box. Looping ball headed away by the back line, falls down to a Forester on the left side, all the way back over to Camara. He puts another one in. Moretti searching. It's headed away by the Trojans. Low ball driven in by Drenth, and it's another throw in. A couple of really good looks for HU.
Couple big shots right there. Good deflections from the Taylor defenders. But if one of those go in, it could be a huge difference because 2 goals is a lot with only 23 minutes, and the rain seems to be coming down again. So seems to be the theme of the night of not knowing how the weather is going to be, but just not what you would want it to be.
This one falls down to the foot of a Forester. Coelho just trying to keep it in the box. I think that's last off Taylor, so they'll choose to play it, and they do so out of play for another HU throw-in.
A lot of possession here from the Foresters, and if you're Taylor, you just are trying to find a way to get possession just to even get a break from your defenders. And Sam hits a shot and just carries off. Good hit, though.
Delobapu has the green light from wherever he is on the pitch. He scored some incredible goals for this HU side, and he just keeps adding to his collection as he's off to one of the best starts that we've seen in a few years by a freshman Forester.
2 subs came in for the Trojans. I saw one was number 7, Brian Matipa, and I did not see who the other one was.
We'll try to get that updated for you once we catch and see who that was. Trying to keep track of all 22 players on the pitch at once. Coelho with a good turn, working against Matipa. He's knocked down. They'll let him play on. Down the right side goes Brennan, right back to Matipa, and Coelho comes back, and that time he benefits from a little physicality. Foresters do have one new man in there. That is Colton Foster, the Huntington native. Ratinho pulls it down to Coelho, was looking for Camara down the left side. Instead will backtrack to Drenth.
Big pressure applied by the Trojans here. Played back to Louise. Now not so much. It seemed to be still the thing with 22 minutes to go in the game is the Trojans just seem to be holding and content with staying in their shape.
21 minutes remaining in this match between Taylor and Huntington, who are tied in the Crossroads League standing right now. Foshi sends one forward. Forester's running after it with Foster. Excuse me, that's Lemon down the right side, and it's knocked out. And it's going to be another corner kick from the same right side flag for the Foresters.
Foresters are extremely happy with how this half is going. Another corner, let's see if they can put one of these in. Last 2 have been incredibly close. Great balls put in. See if they can get on the right end of one here.
Camara is going to send it in again off his right foot. And a couple of options in the box for the Foresters. Andre rips one in, looking for that back post. It falls to Foster. He lifts one to the left side now, knocked off his dribble, sent in, and Spiegel has to come off his line and make a stabbing catch before the Foresters were able to put another one in.
Good alertness there from the goalie, making sure that he is in position there instead of just letting it go out or just tipping it out, making sure he has good control of the ball.
Take a look at that last play there as Foster tried creating a chance. We'll keep you here at the moment as Foresters are putting a little more pressure on that back line. Ball sent through the middle, and Colton Foster does a nice job to recollect. Coelho goes left side. Moretti has some space, cuts it back to his right foot, now to his left. Looping ball to the far side. Camara gets a touch on it. It's knocked out, but only as far as a Forester. Taylor does recollect, and now they'll try to run on the attack.
Talking about the counter, and unfortunate slip from the Trojans if you're a Trojan fan, but that seems what we were talking about earlier is the field can play an advantage to either side.
Play starting to open up a little bit right now for the Foresters as this one sent over to the right side. HU still in possession, trying to double their lead here. A foul, and it's going to be called by the line judge just outside the 18-yard box for HU. Waiting to see what the call is going to be here. As you can see, it was Camera working hard against the defender. He kind of went into the body of the Taylor Trojan, but for HU, they get the whistle, and now they have a chance from a really good spot, and this time it looks like Sam Dolobapu might go take his chances. Already on 1 goal tonight. Camera stands over the ball with him, and now it looks like it'll be Sam alone.
Interesting to see what the Forester will do, as it is on the right side. So not extremely favorable for a shot from the Foresters with a right-footed taker, but we'll see.
Dolobapu plays it over to Coelho. He'll rip one on goal, and it just misses as Spiegel didn't have to make a save. It looked like initially that Coelho might find that bottom left corner, but it misses just a little wide. I think if you're an opposing team, you are used to seeing Dolobapu stand over that ball and rip it, but that time he went to Coelho, who just missed, putting his team up 2.
As I mentioned right before you took that, it was a pretty awkward angle for a right player to kick that, as it would be bending away from the goal in that scenario. So pretty good decision right there to play it short. Unlucky finish from the Foresters.
Spiegel plays a long ball forward. It's headed on and right to one of his teammates. Best chance of the night for the Trojans. Ball lifted in towards Matipa on the in line, and he runs out of space. And it'll be another goal kick, but a real dangerous chance by Taylor.
Foresters seem to be taking their time, and that is just part of the game. When you're losing, you hate it. When you're winning, you love it.
Right now, the Forester fans probably feel like these last 18 minutes are going to last an eternity, but it seems like when you're the opposing team down a goal, it goes by rather quickly, as Costa has a discussion with the center referee and maybe wasting a little too much time, as that one sneaks through to Ratinho, and Dolobapu gets ahead on it, tries going back to Zhao. It's knocked away and sent forward. Ball skips that way. Drenth trying to run it down, and he will let it go out of play. Coven has been super sharp on that back line tonight.
Ball played into Foshi here.
Foshi will work out of the back and now decides to play it forward towards Moretti. It's flicked on. Dolobapu tries to run it down. Taylor plays it back on the Foresters' side of the pitch. Nathan Lemon working hard against Matipa. And that one goes right to the foot of Coach Russ Lawson. He wants his team to play fast. Ratinho able to settle it down on the right foot. Now cuts it back towards the middle. He'll be content with playing it over to the hometown Foster. Works it back to Drenth. And now Pukliang on the left side joining the attack. John goes left side to Andre Camara. Working against the defense. Cuts it towards the box. Left-footed attempt. The cross is knocked out of play, and now HU will have an opposite side corner from what we've seen most of this second half.
This side really favors the right-footed kicker. As mentioned earlier, it is bending into the goalie's area. So all it takes is a slight deflection towards the goal and no power needed to get this one in.
Let's see if Camera can produce just that. 16 minutes left. He puts one in the box, and coming near post was Ratinho. Couldn't get it on frame, but nonetheless, a really nice look for HU.
Seemed to be playing there as a front post run, as Camera just delivers that ball short, searching for Zhao. And if Zhao doesn't get there, it's pretty much a nobody ball. So seemed to be the plan as soon as that was given.
15:45 left. Taylor will need to get at least one here to get a point from this match. HU's trying to take all 3 and leapfrog the Trojans in the standings. And there's a foul on the back line by HU. It'll be a free kick in a non-dangerous position right now for Taylor.
Taylor playing quickly, as you would assume, being given the circumstances of the game. Seems to be looking for a ball in the middle. There it is. Dummied, but nobody there, unfortunately, for the Trojans.
Ball sent forward by HU. Ratinho's doing a nice job keeping the pressure on. Bad ball by Taylor as Moretti was trying to run through the defense, and now it looks like he might be called for a foul. They'll play it on for Taylor. Trojans back the other way. Nice job by Foster tracking back, and now Dolobapu wins it with the strong play in the middle. Sam works it onto the left side to Camera. Andre has a chance to run at this back line. He does do that, keeps possession just outside the box. Andre working one-on-one here about 25 yards from goal, plays it back to Puk Liang. Forrester still on the attack here. They had a chance to run, had to backtrack. As Drenth drives one across the pitch to Moretti, it falls to Colton Foster. Tried working it into Ratinho, and it goes out for another HU throw in right in front of their bench, and that'll lead to a couple of subs.
Given this break, I'm got to give credit to the referees, as they have been letting it very consistent all night with the physicality, and as a player, you love that. If they're going to call it, you want them to call it the whole game, and if they're not, you don't want them to switch up halfway. You want to let you play, so credit to the referees on this one.
Tiago Costa back into the match. Looks like Camera heads out. Take a little bit of a break, and Jonathan Ruiz is back in along with Patel, and HU's got another throw in. Foresters keep trying to create a chance to double up their lead here late in the match. They might have one here as this one's driven across goal and able to knock it away and keep it out of the box. Was that Taylor back line? Dolo Bapiu was adding some pressure. Looks like he caught a cleat from the backline defender from the Trojans, and it's out for another Forester throw in.
Sam is still down. That is why the referee has stopped the time right now.
Sam added a little extra pressure on Brennan, the backline defender for Taylor, and then got a cleat on the back of the foot. Nothing intentional, but Sam is down a little bit, trying to get back into the match, and now he's back on his feet. See Brennan talking to Tiago Costa on that play, letting him know he obviously didn't mean to hit Sam Dolo Bapiu, but either way, it still doesn't feel good if you're on the receiving end of that one. Puk Liang's going to throw it in, and that one's never in play, as it looks like it's actually tipped by Brennan right on the end line. Forester's trying to use the rest of this 13 minutes to come away with another home win in front of their home fans who have stood strong tonight throughout the not so nice weather.
Ball played out by the Trojan defenders here. I mean, you have to figure at some point the Trojans have to start adding more pressure.
Yeah, they got to find a way to add a goal here at least for HU. They want to put it away as soon as possible. Still a lot of match left as Taylor comes back the other way. Jonathan Ruiz does a nice job tracking back. Brennan plays it up ahead to another Taylor player. That's Carpenter, who's been a solid player for Taylor. Dolo Bapiu tries the right side with Patel and just missed another opportunity. Foster works it over to Delesh, who now plays it back towards Foster, and Igor Barbieri puts on the pressure, and it's knocked out again by Taylor. Foresters have done a nice job putting pressure on the back line of the Taylor Trojans. They haven't really made any mistakes, but it's enough pressure to at least keep them out of possession and keep the ball on the foot of the Foresters.
Absolutely. With the one goal lead, you don't want the Trojans to be confident and start doing what they want. You still want to dictate the game. And with pressure on their back line, it makes the back line more worried about not giving up the ball instead of finding their team.
Long throw in. It falls down to the Foresters once again. Dolo Bapiu works in the middle with Patel, who spins around the defender and now has a chance to create down the right side, but it is recovered nicely by the Taylor back line. Sam steps in, dribbles it to his left foot. He's taken down, and no foul called. Will play on. Matipa keeps it in. Ball driven towards the Forester goal. Foshi backtracks back to Luis Costa, who has to play it forward. Nice control by that Forester back line, and now a couple of Foresters a little too far ahead, as I think Tiago Costa was really the only one close to being onside.
That's what Igor's saying right there is, Tiago, if you're onside, let me know that so you can get it instead of me.
This one's sent towards the box of the Foresters. Covendrent and Foshi combined to knock it away. Dolobapu now back in the play. Barbieri still roaming around that midfield area. Just over 10 minutes remaining in this rivalry matchup. Dolobapu plays Barbieri. He's on, and he's one-on-one with Spiegel. Igor, right foot, slots it home, and the Foresters double their lead. It's been the game of Dolobapu tonight, and this time the Portuguese Igor Barbieri puts it home.
Calm finish from Igor there, just slots it home, waits for the keeper to commit, and just picks his height and just passes into the goal essentially.
It's actually the Brazilian Igor Barbieri who slots it home. Dolobapu adds another assist to his tally, and it just seemed like one of those counterattacks was coming from HU, and Barbieri, we could see it right in front of us, was on by about a shoelace, and then just sneaks it right past Spiegel.
Yeah, unfortunate for the Trojans as last guy just tried to jump up and force him offsides, but I mean, half a second too late and kept him on sides there. And at that point, there's really nothing you can do as a defender. It's just one of those gambles that you have to take at points, and unfortunately got the wrong end of it.
Barbieri now his 7th goal on the year, ties Dolobapu for the team lead, and both of them have added one tonight, and that's what you need out of a crucial Crossroads League matchup. You have to have your best players ready to play, and tonight they've done just that for HU.
Absolutely, and if you're the Foresters, you cannot lose your mental battle. And I mean, yes, you're up 2 with only 10 minutes left, but all it takes is 2 misplayed balls from you guys to just lose it, and you end up tying this game. So you have to be mentally there for the rest of this game to battle it for the 10 minutes.
It seemed like the Foresters were getting really close to that second. They finally add on as Costa picks this one up, and we'll be able to burn some more of that clock.
One of the first times Luis has used his hand in this half, and if you're Luis, you gotta love that. You know, your team is keeping it out of your way, and I mean, they can't really score if it's not towards the keeper. So
Drent and Ruiz working on the back line to keep possession. This one's played towards Igor once again, and it's knocked out of play, and HU will have a chance to make a couple more changes.
Two subs coming in for the Foresters. Seems to be João Retino coming in for Igor.
Bernardo Coelho also coming in for Dilesh Patel. You just look at that last goal by HU. Incredible ball over the top by Dolobapu, and he's really the reason why we're up 2-0 right now, or the Foresters are up 2-0 right now, and he's just been that consistent freshman that HU probably didn't expect him to have this great of freshman campaign, but Sam's a confident player, and he's shown just why tonight.
You said it perfectly earlier. You said it's a Sam Dolobapu game, but honestly, it's an everybody game. I mean, he has been the offensive piece to it, but everybody else is making it the openings for him, because if you only have to guard one person, then I mean, it's an easy game. But when you have to guard 11 great players, it is hard to keep everybody guarded.
Ratinho offsides there, so Spiegel will step up as the rain starts to regain some steam again here at King Stadium. Just less than 8 minutes remaining. Foresters would love to close this one out with as less stress as possible.
Ball cleared out into Tiago's feet.
He's got a chance here to run at the back line. A couple of Foresters joining him now. Costa working on the left side, and it just sneaks out for another Forester corner.
I think he blew through his shoe. I think that's where he came out of it, but somehow his foot is not in his shoe at the least.
Thought that was a corner. It was actually a goal kick, so that must be what Tiago was letting the ref know. He thought it went off the opposing player's foot, and he doesn't get rewarded with that this time. But either way, it's allowing Taylor to make a sub. It looks like that'll be Levi Kelly coming in, and that burns a little more clock for this Forester side.
I mean, if you're the Foresters and you look over and you see a sub for the Trojans, you will not be complaining right now.
HU's not done yet, though. They'd love to add on as here's a looping ball forward. Costa's caught off sides, and that was a really close one again, as that Forester bench was in the ear of the official, or the linesman, I should say, down the right side.
Great ball from Nate there. If that is like you said, a shoelace difference, then that is, and it has a chance of becoming a goal.
Spiegel through the rain, pushes one towards the Forester goal. Up to head it away was Drenth. Nice job by Costa keeping it alive. Ratinho is on this time. Bernardo Coelho looking for Moretti, trying to run it down on that right side. Foresters putting on the pressure once again. Taylor able to come out with it. They've got 3 attackers on the move, but about 6 defenders back for the Foresters. And that one runs out of room in the slick conditions.
Ruiz seems to be shaken up from the Foresters.
It looked like Ruiz was pushed on the play there, trying to get back on defense as Pukliang waits to throw in. He'll do it down the left side to Ratinho, and it's called off Taylor once again as Maris thought it may have gone off the foot of Ratinho for HU.
Another sub on the end of Taylor, and like I said earlier, if you're the Foresters and you see that, you just have to enjoy it because that just means more time off the clock that gives them a chance without scoring.
Zhao showing a little bit of skill here as the defender holds him off. Now he plays one towards the middle. It falls right back to Jonathan Ruiz. He plays one left side. Costa trying to add some more 5 minutes in, cuts one back towards the middle of the box. It's played out and will head out of play for another HU throw-in. We see the Foresters up 2-0 here as Taylor makes another change. That's Kyler Vanderkolk that comes in. And I'm getting word that we might be having a little post-game interview with Coach Russ Lawson, so make sure to wait around and hopefully talk to a happy Coach Russ Lawson as he sees his team up 2. But still 4 minutes left for Taylor to work back into this match, and it's a free kick given away by Huntington.
Foresters seem to disagree with that one.
You see the replay through the rain here. A little bit too much contact. As we wait for these last 4 minutes to tick away. It's pouring rain here at King Stadium, but right now the Foresters on the sunny side of the scoreboard as Costa has to rise up and makes a really nice contested catch in the middle. And it looks like we're gonna stop the clock here as Costa's still down, and that's not what Coach Russ Lawson wants to see. We saw Dan Pellegrin get hurt earlier in the year in this same goal. And Costa going down for a moment just has to make your heart skip a little bit if you're the coaching staff of HU, but he seems to be all right now. Back in play are the Foresters, and they'll be able to pick it up and use part of this last 3 minutes. It looks like HU might be on the right side of the scoreboard here tonight if they can just hold off this Taylor attack a little longer. Ratinho, good turn. Tried playing it in towards Foster, and it's collected. It might have been a back pass there by Taylor as Spiegel dribbled it away, and another foul on HU. I know that you have a game tomorrow, Zach, but be thankful you're not out there right now. It doesn't look like a great time, especially with the temperatures dropping at the moment as well. But also it's fun to be a part of matches like this and probably something that these guys will never forget. And we know that Dolo Bapu will never forget it as Taylor has a chance for their first goal of the night. It's knocked away by the back line of HU, and running it down is João Ratinho, and he smartly plays it up towards Thiago Costa.
Might be a cold and rainy night, but there's no better feeling than being up 2-0 with 2 minutes to go besides the final whistle. So if you're the Foresters, you're upset because of the conditions, but you're also very happy with how the game has gone, so you can't be too upset.
Luis Costa uses the chest and then the feet to collect. as I think he'll technically get a save for that one. It's a unique one, but HU has done a nice job as there's a late whistle here, and that's going to be our first card of the match, as coming in from the backside of Ruiz was Carlos Sanabria, and Ruiz is taking a beating here tonight. So the clock stops for a moment, 1:51 remaining. Foresters with a win here will move to 2-2-1 in the conference, and Taylor will drop to 1-3-1. So they'll hop over the Taylor Trojans and have another opportunity on Saturday as well. Looping ball forward as the Foresters try to finish this one off. It's been a story of the second half for HU as this one sent forward. Ratinho trying to run it down and just couldn't get the touch past Spiegel as he comes off his line and makes a good play. This is the hardest it's rained all night with about a minute left. And the conditions really didn't play a big part in the 2 goals for HU. And if there were more time remaining, it's one of those games that you really don't know what could happen, but the Foresters in firm control at the moment. You hear the announcement, 1 minute left as 2 Foresters head this one away. Another ball sent towards the middle. Costa steps up and makes a good catch, and he's come alive a little bit in these last 5 minutes to try to run this clock out and has made some impressive plays off his line.
I imagine him just playing this one long to keep it away from the goal as far as it is, and there it is. Ball searching for Tiago, brings it down.
Costa with a good touch, plays one through. Ratinho was looking to get in on the action, and it's played back towards the HU goal again. Costa will step up and play one short on the right side to Foshi, who's been rock solid again tonight. Ratinho flicks it on. Moretti plays Zhao down the right side. The Foresters want to add one more. Ratinho, right side of the box, cuts it in into Spiegel's hands. It's knocked down, and that will take us to the final whistle. It's a happy night for the Foresters home crowd, a night game at King Stadium. The Foresters shut out the Taylor Trojans in the rain, and it's a sunny result for HU after this one. So Zach, it's as mentioned, the Dolo Bapu game, another home match that he will not be soon to forget. An assist and a goal. Igor Barbieri kind of put the stamp on the final one, and the fans stuck around here tonight to watch the home team take advantage of their matchup against Taylor. We'll take a look at a couple of the replays from tonight's match as the Taylor Trojans feeling a little down following a 2-0 defeat, as this was a crucial result. And right here, Zach, a couple of the crucial plays that really made the difference in tonight's match. See a couple of crosses. Dolo Bapu was working on an assist earlier in the match, and Coelho missed the shot. But at the end of the day, the Foresters did get those 2 big goals, and you can't say enough about Luis Costa, who's not been in the starting role a ton throughout his HU career, but tonight he was good enough to keep Taylor off the board. The conditions were quite soggy, as there was one of the final chances from Ratinho. It was Patel that set up the first goal, and Dolo Bapu hammered it past Spiegel. And then, of course, Dolo Bapu lifts one over the top to Igor Barbieri. And Zach, I know that you're just a freshman here, but Igor, as you know, has been scoring goals for quite a while now on the campus of HU.
Yeah, I mean, we even have a chant that it says, if you give the ball to Igor, he will score. I'm not going to sing it because I can't sing, but we do have it.
I believe it, and he's done just that. And we will wait and see if we get a chance to talk to Coach Russ Lawson, as we've hit the final whistle between the Taylor Trojans and Huntington University. Zach, what was the most important thing tonight for HU to come away with this big victory?
I think it starts with the new players, as we not necessarily new, but the new lineups. And these people came in and had huge results, and the people that lost their starting role tonight that didn't start came in with a huge thing, like Sam. Sam has started every game for the Foresters except for this one, and comes in and gets a goal and assist.
And I think that's important. It could be really hard as a freshman to see your role diminish a little bit, but you always have to be ready in a sport like soccer to come off the bench and produce. And Sam did just that, really providing both goals for HU. And of course, it was Barbieri that did the finishing and a lot of the dribbling on that last goal. But at the end of the day, Sam Dolobapu gets it done for HU tonight. We're still awaiting Coach Russ Lawson. If we can get him, we'll take a short break and just kind of regroup and see if we can get the head man for the Foresters on FDN Sports up next.
Sports at huntington.edu.
That's it! Catch and fire. It's on the... He made it! Oh,
All these years, you're still the same pathetic.
Back at King Stadium, and Sadie Sondag is waiting to talk with Coach Russ Lawson following a 2-0 victory over the Taylor Trojans. And I think both sides would agree when you can get a win over Huntington if you're Taylor, or a win over Taylor if you're Huntington, nothing really beats that, as this has been a storied rivalry for lots and lots of years, and something to look forward to in the upcoming sports as well, with volleyball again this year, and also in the upcoming basketball seasons as well. Sadie is still waiting for Coach Russ Lawson. He's probably up in the press box trying to get out of the rain for a little bit. I mean, Russ has been working hard on that sideline over there, and of course you have the dugouts behind the bench, but when you're the head coach, you got to be right on the side of the pitch.
Yeah, and all credit to Russ Lawson before this game. And as we mentioned before the game, that the results for the Foresters weren't really there as much as they hoped earlier in the season. And he understood that, and he made a lineup change, he made a formation change, and it brought in a 2-0 victory over the Taylor Trojans.
We will wait for Coach to join Sadie. We do want to let you know that we'll be back on the air on Saturday. Waiting to hear, are we doing volleyball or soccer on Saturday? We're doing volleyball on Saturday, so there's your update before we head off the air after Sadie catches up with Coach Lawson. That'll be, I believe, a 4:30 first serve. It is going to be 4:30. And we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll come back with Sadie and get the final thoughts from Coach Russ Lawson on FDN Sports.
All these years, you're still the same pathetic trash.
Glenn, is that you?
Hey, Harold.
Welcome back, Glenn.
You ain't taking me in, are you? 'Cause I can drive.
20 years. You just left. You didn't call. I thought you were dead.
What's going on that field over there?
Yeah, we're building a church and a school.
We've sold 3 churches and raised 50% of the budget.
Hallelujah!
I'm not about to waste any hard-earned money on some pastor pipe dream that can't even get a line of credit.
Did you get the call from Lloyd?
Lloyd had a heart attack. We have to find a new carpenter by the end of the day.
Could you use me? Your brother says you're a singer.
Your breath smells like gasoline.
Haven't a drunk build this
He's not
church?
a drunk. He's a broken man, just like you and me.
Why can't I just learn the guitar? You know how we feel about rock music.
While you're here, I reckon I could ask you the same thing.
What if somebody did something they weren't supposed to do and you knew about it?
What Glenn needs is a doctor, not a church with no money and a charlatan for a pastor.
Dad!
The best friend I ever had. I love you.
the Israelites can knock down the walls of Jericho with a prostitute and a marching band, surely Glenn can help us build this church. Remember, ask.
And it shall be given to you.
Seek.
And ye shall find.
Knock.
And the door shall open.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Let's roll.
All right, we're back here at King Stadium, and we will have Sadie interviewing Coach Russ Lawson following a 2-0 victory over Taylor.
Okay. Hi, this is Sadie Sondag, FDN News. I'm here with Coach Russ Lawson. Congratulations tonight. This was a big victory.
Absolutely.
So this is huge. Tell me, how do you feel about the team's performance tonight?
I thought it was one of our most complete performances this year. And especially coming off a poor one on Saturday, I thought the guys bounced back really well tonight.
I heard that you guys tried out a new formation tonight, which was a big risk with this big game, but obviously it paid off. So tell me, what was the motivation of the change?
The change is just we haven't been getting the results that we've been wanting, and giving up some goals. And so we wanted to make sure that we shored it up in the back, but yet still allow guys to go forward and explore and use their creativity. And so the formation tonight, and so we're pleased with that one.
Awesome. So again, you guys changed the formation. Now that you know that this works, do you think you'll keep this, or do you think you'll be spontaneous again and change it for future games?
Well, the one thing I'm pleased with is we have as long as they're receptive and taking ownership of any formation. But this one.
For you tonight. Thank you. And congratulations again.
I appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you. Back to you, Preston.
All right. Thank you, Sadie and Coach Russ Lawson, for that interview following a 2-0 victory over the Taylor Trojans. It was a wet, rainy night in King Stadium, but the sun is out for the Forester fans right now as they come away with another Crossroads League win. They moved to 2-2-1 in the Crossroads League, and once again all set up by the freshmen for HU tonight. Dilesh Patel set up Sam Dolobapu on that first goal, and then Sam assisting Igor Barbieri, and when you give it to Igor, he will score. I think that's how the chant goes, right?
It is exactly how it goes.
So Igor gets another one. Two Foresters collect their 7th goals of the year, and that puts this broadcast away for the night. For Zachary Sparks and Preston Husband, it's been another production of FDN Sports, and we will see you on Saturday.
That's out of here! Catch and fire. It's on the... He made it! Over